When you look into my eyes, you understand what I'm saying. Let me say it to you slowly, and it may sound scandalous. I don't think that you can handle this.
Let's move on to Sunday morning in Dublin, Ireland. The 2-1 Minnesota Vikings will be facing the 2-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are considered the home team. The Vikings are 2.5-point favorites. The projected total is 40.5 points. That means Vegas is telling us that the Vikings will score 21.5 while the Steelers score 19. As far as injuries, Minnesota has a couple of big ones. J.J. McCarthy will continue to be out, most likely till mid-October with an ankle injury. And running back Aaron Jones is put on the IR because of a hamstring. Of course, Carson Wentz and Jordan Mason did just fine last week. On the other side, they come in, their offense is pretty healthy. Mike, Steph, what do you think about this game? Who you got in Europe?
Well, I'm biased, so I already know who I'm going to go with. But neither here nor there. I'll start with the Vikings. The Vikings, last week they had a 48-10 demolishing at home against Cincinnati Bengals, which was one of my personal picks that went through the wayside. Vikings cornerback Isaiah Rodgers put on a defensive clinic last Sunday and single-handedly outscored the entire Cincinnati Bengals offense in the first half of said 48-10 victory. By halftime, do you know that Rodgers had forced 3 Bengals turnovers? He converted 2 of them into defensive touchdowns. The third led to another touchdown on offense as Minnesota entered halftime with a 34-3 advantage. Now, in total, Minnesota forced 4 Bengals first half turnovers, including 3 on the last 4 snaps of the half by Cincinnati, which is crazy. They finished the game with 5 total, and the defense did not allow a touchdown until a late score in the fourth quarter brought the game to 48-10. That means there was a 48-3, which is crazy. Now, NFL history was made for the aforementioned Carson Wentz. He was the only quarterback to ever start a game for 6 different teams in 6 consecutive years. Carson Wentz wasn't asked to do much, but with the defensive performance I just laid out, he didn't need to do much. Carson Wentz completed 14 of 20 passes, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Now, going over to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Another bit of history was made last week. Aaron Rodgers, the enigma himself, is now ahead of Brett Favre in the all-time list of touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers moved up to number 4 all-time on the passing touchdown list with touchdowns 509 and 510. Their 21-14 win over the New England Patriots were aided by, as you said, New England's turnovers in a game in which the Steelers were outgained 369 to 203. This was the 3rd straight game in which they were outgained. Now, on a little bit of off the field notes, Terry Bradshaw is up to his shenanigans again, trying to lead the lynch mob. Yeah, I said it. The lynch mob against Mike Tomlin. This past Monday, Bradshaw shared his honest feelings on the job security of Mike Tomlin. They're never going to fire Mike Tomlin. They've made the playoffs 18 years, and if he wins it, he'll go again 19 years. Bradshaw said via USA Today. They don't have the team. It takes offense. It takes defense. It takes it all. It takes coaching. Every time they get great players, and they really do well. You had Antonio Brown. You had Le'Veon Bell, who signed with the Jets. All these guys were on their way to the Hall of Fame, playing so great from Pittsburgh. But I want my money. That's what they said. I want my money. They don't get their money, and they get out of here. Bradshaw then claimed that while Pittsburgh has always been competitive, they're no longer a contender, and they have not been a contender for the last 5 years. Despite Tomlin's impressive feat of never having a losing season in his 18 years as the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the playoff record, is abysmal 8-11, with 5 straight losses since 2017. But Bradshaw's lack of faith in Tomlin and the current state of the Steelers have been echoed by the masses in Pittsburgh. But your record is who you are. They're 2-1, a winning team. Do I believe they're going to win against the Minnesota Vikings? No, I do not. I believe this is going to be a defensive struggle, hence the low over under 40.5. So 40.5, I'm going under. And I'm going to go with Minnesota minus the 2.5 points. Knowing my luck, Boswell will kick a 65-yard field goal and actually mess me up again. But I said what I said. I'm going to stand in my square. So over under Vikings minus the 2.5.
All right. Let me first start off by saying, although it's not an official term, Mo's pick of the week is right here. I am going over in this game because to me, it makes no sense that this over-under is so low. Granted, Minnesota's defense did a lot of that scoring, but they scored 27 against Chicago. Now they put up 48 against Cincinnati. Pittsburgh's defense is not good. So I think going to 24 to 27 points should be easy work for the Vikings and Carson Wentz. That's right. I have faith in Carson Wentz now. Actually, I don't. I have faith in their coaching. The Vikings make any quarterback look good. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers is doing enough to get a couple points on the board. That's the reason I feel pretty confident about this one. I am going with the Vikings. I'm going with the over. I've already bet it as soon as I saw the line.
Well, also, I believe the wide receiver Addison is due to return also. So they should have a full complement of receivers. Justin Jefferson, of course, being the stud that he is, and now he has the complementary of Addison. And but at the same time, they might just continue to play conservative, run the rock with Jordan Mason, and just take their shots. But I mean, I get you going over. I don't have faith in Aaron Rodgers to put points on the board. I just don't. A lot of things has been a lot of smoke and mirrors with him to me. So that's where I'm leaning under. But as anybody knows, if I leave under, go over. If I leave over, go under. Because these over unders been kicking my what.
This is a 19 Media Group presentation.
You take the good, you take the bad, you add them all together. Yes, and you have the facts alive. The facts alive. It's a time you gotta growing up and showing up. About the facts alive. The facts alive in the world.
You want to know a fact of life?
What?
Did you know the thick one? She was a backup singer for PYT, Pretty Young Thing, by Michael Jackson.
The thick one.
The thick one.
Which one are you referring to? All right, Kim Fields.
Not Kim Fields.
You said Kim. Oh, Natalie, Mindy Cohen.
There you go.
Okay. Really?